Our next step in the study of order of operations is to consider when we have problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So maybe we have one, we don't necessarily have all of these, but we have some combination of these. So the question is, which do we do first? Do we do multiplication first? Do we do addition first? So we're going to look at a few contexts that show us how we should do them in the context of the problem, and then learn how to write these horizontally. So let's look at the first one. Bill went to the store and bought 3 6-packs of soda and an additional 2 cans. So that's what we're given. We want to know how many cans did he buy in total. So if you're thinking about this problem, you may say, well, 3 6-packs of soda is 3 times 6 cans. And then we want to take those 18 cans and add on 2 more. And 18 plus 2 is a total of 20 cans. So notice we had 2 operations, multiplication and addition, and we're going to write this from left to right. So just like we did it, 3 times 6, which was 18, and then we added on 2. So that's how we could represent this problem. Now we know that we did the multiplication first. Let's see what happened if we did the addition first. And we'll see if it's different. Well, if we did the addition first, we'd add 6 and 2 and get 8. And then we'd have 3 times 8, which is 24. And notice our answers don't match up, so we're getting a different answer. So these are not equivalent. So left to right, we're going to do this multiplication, then the addition, and this is how we write it. Let's look at the next one. Amber went to the store and bought 3 6-packs of cola and additional 2 6-packs of Diet Cola. How many cans did she buy in total? Okay. So there's a few ways to think about this, and I'd actually like to do this in 2 different ways. We could say, well, she got 3 6-packs, and say that's 18. And then she got an additional 2 6-packs. So 2 6-packs is 12. And then we want to combine these cans. So it'd be 18 cola, 12 Diet Cola, add them together, and we get 30. Another way you may have thought of this is to say, well, she got a total of 3 plus 2 equals 5 6-packs of cola, and then you can multiply the 5 times 6 to get 30. Oops, that's multiplication, not subtraction. And notice in both of these cases we get the same result. Okay. So how are we going to write this? Well, let's try this one. If we did 3 times 6 plus 2 times 6, this would be correct provided that we do multiplication before we do addition. Okay. And we're going to learn in Rule 3, we actually always do multiplication and division before addition and subtraction. Well, here, if we added 3 plus 2 and then multiplied by 6, notice this is somewhat similar to the first problem when we were just adding on additional colas. This isn't really what we wanted to do. We wanted to add 3 and 2 first and then multiply by 6. And probably a better way for us to write this would be 6 parentheses 3 plus 2. And we're going to learn more about this in the parentheses section, which is coming up shortly. Whenever we want to bypass the convention of the order of operations, we can use parentheses. But for the time being, this is a good way to write this horizontally because it's going to follow Rule 3. Unless otherwise indicated by parentheses, we perform multiplication and division before addition and subtraction. And we are going to continue to perform the operations from left to right. Okay. So in general, you're going to look at the problem, start from the left, do any multiplication and division you see in any order they appear. One doesn't come before the other automatically, it's working from left to right. Then you're going to go through and do any addition and subtraction as it appears from left to right.